As a kid, I grew up watching the animated series of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. And I also played the NES game, which I reviewed recently. And I just saw their new film that just came to Disney Plus today. But is the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie anywhere as good as its actual animated TV counterpart? Or is it just a big bag of old and bad nuts? Find out right now in this spoiler-free review. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the just now released live-action computer-animated action-adventure comedy flick Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, released by Disney, based on the two titular characters and the subsequent animated TV series of the same name. The film was directed by Akiva Schaffer, written by Dan Greger and Doug Mann, starring John Mulaney and Andy Samberg as the voices of the titular pair, respectively, along with Will Arnett, Eric Bana, Keegan-Michael Key, Seth Rogen, J.K. Simmons, and Kiki Lane, plus a host of others. And let's see. And was produced by David Haberman and Todd Lieberman for Mandeville Films, and The Lonely Island, which Schaffer and Sandberg are actually part of. Now then, after having a bit of a fallout when their show was so successful, Chip and Dale have drifted apart. Years after their show ended, Chip becomes an insurance salesman, and Dale continues his acting career, having CGI surgery to improve his looks. But however, their old friend Monterey Jack has fallen into debt to a figurehead named Sweet Pete. Well, apparently, if that wasn't enough, he goes missing, plus a lot of others. But soon they get help from Detective Ellie Steckler and Captain Putty. But I'm going to tell you this, and try and figure out what happened to their friend. That's all I'm going to tell you of the story. Now, from what I've seen of this, the story is actually pretty good. I've seen this has already been getting some good response. And according to Rotten Tomatoes, they say sometimes some reboots fall through the cracks, but this picks up the slack with a fast, funny film that almost never fails. Yeah, I will say that I do agree with him. This was really good. We had been waiting for a Rescue Rangers reboot or flick for many years. And we finally got one. This was just real good. And apparently, I wasn't quite that surprised when they had different actors voice the titular characters. However, after hearing that, they would do actual impressions of the actual two's original voices and what have you, just like from the cartoon. Yeah. But anyway, if you watch the movie, you're going to see a ton of Easter eggs in ways. In ways like the NES game, for example, plus a lot of other Rescue Rangers memorabilia. Anyway, yeah. So that I was also impressed with. I was also impressed with the music, which the score was done by Brian Tyler. Yes, who has recently done the music for the Transformers Prime animated series, plus a lot of other movies and what have you. Let's see. He also scored the current version of the fanfare for Universal Pictures. He also did other things as well. But boy, let me tell you, there's a whole lot. Let's see. I'm trying to. He's also he's done the Expendables trilogy music, and Now You See Me, Crazy Rich Asians, and even Iron Man Avengers Age of Ultron, which did with Danny Elfman. So anyway, that's really cool. It also has an actual pretty good version of the actual theme song done by Post Malone, which you hear in the end credits. Which I thought that was pretty cool. Now, aside from the voice acting cast of John Mulaney does Chip and Andy Samberg as Dale, I will say they actually were not bad. Now, next up we have Will Arnett, who I'm sure you know who that is, who has done numerous funny roles, most notably in the Lego movies, where he voiced the Lego Batman, and of course he's coming back to host Lego Masters again. He voices Sweet Pete, which is one character I'll give you a heads up. He's a middle-aged, overweight version of Peter Pan. Monterey Jack is actually voiced by Eric Bana, which that's a surprise since considering the character was originally done by Jim Cummings. Oh well. Let's see. Seth Rogen is lending his voice to Bob, a Viking dwarf who works for Sweet Pete, but he also reprises his voices from other movies, which you'll see numerous characters from, well, mostly some non-Disney stuff, like from DreamWorks or Paramount or I don't know, what have you. Let's see, Keegan-Michael Key and J.K. Simmons, who voices Captain Putty. Yeah. Kiki Lane plays Detective Ellie Steckler, who I think was really good. Let's see here. But the big surprise for this was seeing Gadget Hackrange, the other rescue ranger, who was once again voiced by Tress MacNeille, who actually voiced that character in the actual series. That was the only voice actress from the actual show that did this. Now Zipper's back as well, although unfortunately they actually wanted Corey Burton to reprise the role, but I think he turned it down. Oh wait a minute. Well, however, he reprises both roles for the Chipmunk voice for Dale and Zipper's buzzes from the original series. However, anyway, Dennis Haysbert voices him, and we even have Tim Robinson playing Ugly Sike, who happens to be an FBI agent and is one of the original character design for Sonic the Hedgehog that everyone was not impressed with. Same here. Still, I gotta say this was so awesome with a combination of missing animation in characters and what have you. I would compare this to Who Framed Roger Rabbit in ways. Of course, this wasn't the first time something like this would actually happen because this would be the second time I know they have it in the Disney World. Because years back there was actually kind of a plot where popular icons from Disney films were stolen in the Super Nintendo game of Bonkers, which of course that's another Disney tune, a very underrated one, which I happen to have, and was produced by Capcom, who also did the Rescue Rangers game. But that's another story, though. So anyway, from what I've seen, this film's not bad. I did have a slight negative though, but this does not deduct any points, however. That was used kind of freaky cover art and on cases and posters and what have you for classic Disney films. Some were a little too freaky and what have you. But that's just a slight negative I have with this. But again, it does not deduct any points. So from what I've seen, I think Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Boy, it sure was nice to actually have another classic Disney tune get to be in an actual movie. I mean, now as you may recall, DuckTales being the first ever Disney animated series I know of to actually have a movie, and that was just right at the end of the series with DuckTales, the movie Treasure of the Lost Lamp, which I definitely gotta review that film, which I think I'll do that later on this year to commemorate the 35th anniversary of DuckTales. Well, we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. But anyway, from what I've seen, with a great of cast and what have you, great characters, a great score and music, and a great story, I say Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers is worth a go for. And you might want to let your kids watch this, if just in case they haven't seen the actual series, which of course is on Disney Plus, and of course I have yet to talk about that show. I will sometime down the road, okay? So anyway, for my score for this, I'm gonna give Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 5 stars, which of course would mean on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a 10. So, what are your thoughts on the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie? You can tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And stay tuned for my next Saturday morning TV vlog coming up tomorrow morning in the form of Double Dragon. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for these other fun-filled movies and what have you. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. In the upper right-hand corner is my spoiler-free review of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 from last month. Or if you want something else, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of the Rescue Rangers NES game, which is a childhood favorite of mine. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, on the Big D saying, see ya.